Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Thanks. So obviously, there's been a lot of anticipation and expectation leading up to your first game. What WNBA player do you measure yourself up against and resemble the most on the court?
I grew up watching Diana Taurasi, and I've always wanted to be just like her. She is the greatest scorer of all time, over 11,000 points and counting, and it just doesn't get any greater than that. And I like to score too, so it gives me something to shoot for.
You just mentioned an incredible player who's had a legendary career. Have you had a chance to interact with them? And did they give you any meaningful advice?
I did. We have the same agent, and we met at an event. She gave me her number and said, text her anytime, and I have. The best advice she's given me so far, it made me laugh. She said, stay humble off the court, not on it. She should copyright that. I told her.
Yeah, that's great advice. On another note, there's been a lot of hype about your draft class coming into the league. You've played against Caitlin Clark in club-level basketball and in college. How will that rivalry continue in the WNBA?
Yeah, you all know I'm familiar with Caitlin's game. She's such an incredible player, but at the same time, I'm pretty good too. I think our competitiveness is at the same level. We both want to win every time we play on that court. Fans are definitely going to see that play out in the league for a long time to come, starting with the Rookie of the Year race.
Coming from where you came from, what are you looking forward to most being in this city with this incredible fan base?
I can't wait to get in front of that crowd. There's a long history of basketball here. Coming from a smaller college program, I didn't really have that big city atmosphere. I'm going to give the fans all of me, and I hope they embrace me right back.
So for casual fans and fans just getting into women's basketball who might not be as familiar with you yet, what do you want them to know about you as a player as well as an individual?
On the court, I'm always locked in. I know what my role is and what I need to do to help my team, whatever that may be. I'm willing to take on any role. Off the court, I'm probably more like Sid Colson. I like to keep it light and fun and not take myself too seriously, but like I said, once I lace up my kicks, get the ball in my hands, it's time to go to work.
Okay, so last question. If you could sum up the perfect rookie season, what would it be? And how do you stack up against the other rookies in this class?
The perfect rookie season would be winning Rookie of the Year, winning the WNBA championship, and just having a lot of fun at that championship parade. With the roster we have now, I think it's definitely doable. But like you referenced, there's so many good players in this rookie class. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brink, just to name a few. I think we're all going to have success.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. In this game, we'll see the Minnesota Lynx against the Seattle Storm. I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi.
You know, it's always interesting to match up the offseason expectations with the reality of a new season.
That's what's so great about this league from a fan perspective, right? There's always something to look forward to, no matter where your team is.
Well, both teams here, they're excited about the possibilities, and that can mean anything from developing young talent to winning a chip.
And it's the Lynx to start out. Now Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. Collier. Over Horston. Collier, that's good.
Looking real comfortable attacking around the rim. If you give Collier the rock anywhere near the basket, she's not going to disappoint.
And stolen by Smith. With the second effort. Offensive board. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. That one's off. She starts the game with a miss. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw line.
And at this stage of her career, winning titles seems to be everything for Skylar Diggins-Smith.
She doesn't know how many more years she has left, and because of this, she's going to give it her all. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to add some titles to her illustrious resume.
Here's Heidemann. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Smith left side. And that one drops.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
Pass to Horston. Daniel. No good on the triple. Smith outside. McBride from outside the arc. And she's good on the 3 ball.
With a smooth touch from outside, McBride's versatility leaves defenses pretty vulnerable.
And she makes that one. Now here's Collier. Pass to McBride. The screen by Collier. McBride with the ball. Ogumake picks her up. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Storm.
Just didn't make the catch. I mean, she must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Now about 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Kayla McBride. Inside. Here's Heidemann. Neko Ogumake with the rebound.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Second shot opportunity. Nafisa Collier with the block. Pass to Heidemann. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Smith. Horston defending. Shot's good by Smith.
A player who can get creative offensively. Let's just say Smith knows what to do inside.
Ogumake outside. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Picked by Ogumake. To the middle. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
What an intelligent basketball player. Ogumake simply understands how to set screens effectively. I'm impressed.
Now here's Smith. Here's Shepard. That falls. Great assist. By Kayla McBride. The Storm trail. Daniel. McBride covering. Daniel misses the layup. Here's Minnesota. Here's Smith. It's good, and she drew the contact on the shot, so she'll go to the line. A three-point play opportunity.
And Tim, we know success isn't always linear. Just look at Alana Smith. She's a perfect example of that. It took her a few years to claim her spot in the league.
But she was a top 10 pick back in 2019. She shot under 20% as a rookie. Alana was out of the league, but she had a great 2023. The Australian finishing third in most improved player voting, and she has really got a spot in the league now.
Pass to Heidemann. Screen by Smith. Right outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Here's Horston.
Down low. Rejected by Kayla McBride. Pass to Shepard. And a foul on the shot. She'll go to the strike for two.
And last year, the Storm missed the playoffs for the first time since 2015.
Yeah, well, it's tough when you lose arguably the best player in the league, as Brianna Stewart went to New York in free agency. So Seattle was just looking for an identity last year.
And when you talk about winning, historically, the Lynx are up there with any team in the WNBA.
Absolutely. You look at their 4 titles, which is tied for the most in league history. Then you see they have the 3rd best winning percentage of all time. I mean, this is a franchise that consistently has been in the hunt over the years.
Now here's Shepard. 5 points in the game. And that one good.
Defensively, they've been a step slow early on.
Allowing too many open shots. They've seemed a little sluggish.
Daniel. McBride covering. Daniel. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
Second team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
And this Minnesota franchise is built around their star, Napheesa Collier.
Well, you think about 2022, Collier played just 4 games. In the Lynx, they missed the playoffs. Last year, Collier took her game to another level, a first-team All-WNBA selection.
Now here's Collier. Again, Minnesota.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening frame.
If they match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
To the wing on the left. Daniel. McBride covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Storm missing.
They haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. They couldn't have dreamed of a much better start they've had here tonight.
Yeah, they came in with a tremendous offensive game plan. It's worked perfectly, and what a lead they already have to show for it.
And you got to give credit to this coaching staff as well. They came into this game prepared perfectly.
Pass to Agumake. Daniel. McBride covering. Got a piece of it.
Because of Smith's ability to read opponents effectively, she's able to be just a quality shot blocker.
Now here's Smith. She's got 7. For 3. And McBride is good for 3.
They're off to an incredible start from long range.
Yeah, lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Pass to Horston.
They need this. And the layup is good.
She was one step ahead of the D in making that pass. Nice assist.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
And it's not rocket science at this point. Just stay with what you've been doing.
Now here's Shepard. She's got 5. And it's Collier missing. And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
And it's good. 2 points.
Hard to get that shot off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for her, especially down low in the post.
That's a big challenge she's taken on. Going in there with the bigs, great job.
Comes up empty down low.
The D was ready for her that time, and they had to be. She is strong in the paint.
Pass to Horston.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Daniel. McBride covering. Daniel. Minnesota grabs the miss. And here's Shepard.
And I like the call. I thought the D was still moving.
Yeah, it looked like it. And she kind of slid underneath as she got to the spot.
Lynx making a change here. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter play. Pass to Williams. Ogumake outside. Clock at 6. And stolen by Kayla McBride. And the Lynx pushing it up now. Here's Heidemann. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Always looking for holes in the defense. It's McBride's recognition that allows her to slice up any defensive scheme.
It's Gabby Williams on the wing. Screen by McVigor. Williams gets it to go.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
Here's Shepard. Heidemann. The offensive rebound.
She followed up a nice defensive effort on that possession with an equally good rebound.
Here's Williams. That falls. Great assist by Kayla McBride.
Running out on the break, few players as fast as Williams. Great option to finish in transition.
Pass to Williams. Daniel lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job.
So the Lynx now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. On the wing, Kayla McBride. Shepard, the screen. Heidemann sinks the three-pointer.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Great ball movement indeed. That's an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Minnesota dominating the game. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Pass to Shepard. To the paint. Here's Collier. Horston with the rebound.
When it comes to defensive prowess, there's not too many players that can impact a game like Nafisa Collier.
It gets overlooked sometimes because of her offense, but Nafisa is outstanding on defense. She's the kind of player that opposing coaches have to game plan for at both ends.
And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Daniel. McBride covering. And good that time.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Collier outside. And the Lynx, another three.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
It's stolen.